Hey YouTube, wanted to bring you an unboxing today and first impression of the Asus Eee Transformer. Now I know that I'm not the first to do an unboxing on this, and I'm not the first to do any type of video on this particular tablet, but I figured that maybe you'd want to see my perspective on this Android based device. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into it, and I will show you the tablet itself and then just give you some first impressions. Now if I'm being honest with you guys, this is not exactly an unboxing in the purest of senses, because I've already opened this up, I've already spent some time with the device, and you're not going to see me opening it for the first time. However, this is basically how it's laid out and how you would get it if you purchased it from the store. So it's not necessarily an unboxing like I said, but it does give you an idea. Let's take a look at the outside of the packaging first of all. There you have on the front a picture of the tablet itself. Not much on the side except for just some information, just saying Asus and telling you what the product is. Same thing on the back here, same thing here, and on the front you have basically a side view of the tablet. On the back, nothing but legal information and just some descriptions of the product and what you have here in the box. So let's go ahead and open it up, and that'll show you guys what comes inside the package. So there we go. As we open up the package here, you have the tablet itself right on top. And I'm going to pick up my camera and try to give you guys a good idea because it's going to be hard keeping my camera down. And I will try to keep this as still as possible. But right off the top of the bat, when you open up the box, you see the tablet itself sitting on top. Now this does come wrapped in a plastic. However, like I said, I've already opened it up, already taken a look at it, so the plastic's removed. But don't worry, if you're looking to buy this, brand new, you're going to get one that has not had the film removed from it. Go ahead and try to pop this out without too much problems. Just lay the box over like that. And then once you remove the tablet, you have, much like an Apple device, this little tiny packlet here. This little tiny packet here from Asus. Says Eee is kind of written in a black, so it's kind of hard to tell, but I think you should be able to make it out on the camera. And this has all the information as far as the user's manual, just like some quick setup steps for the tablet itself, and also a warranty card right here from Asus. And then below that you have the sync cable as well as the charging cable. This is a proprietary, I believe it's a 40-pin cable here. I don't know off the top of my head, but I do believe it's 40-pin. And then you have like the little charging brick here with the flip out, just like you see with a lot of the newer devices on the market. So let's go ahead and just throw this stuff aside and jump into the tablet itself and just tell you guys some information on this tablet. Now hopefully I can fit everything into the screen here. I'm going to have to sit back a little ways. But there you have the tablet itself, and overall I would say that once you pull this out of the box, the first thing you're going to notice is that the back of it feels a little bit plasticky. However, the screen itself does feel really nice. There's something weird about this glass. However, this does use Gorilla Glass, like a lot of the devices out there on the market that use glass screens. So with Gorilla Glass, you're getting a very strong, durable screen that's not going to easily crack or scratch or anything like that. The back, like I said, it's got kind of this plastic feel to it. Let's go around the device and I'll show you just the different things on the outside of the tablet itself, and then I can get into some of the specs and things like that. So over here, starting on the right hand side of the device, you have the power button, and hopefully you guys can make that out. I do apologize because this camera doesn't focus or anything like that. Then you have next to that the rocker button for the volume. On the bottom you have the adapter for, or the connector here for charging and syncing your device to your computer. And you also have these little tiny slots here. Now with the Asus Transformer pad, this device actually connects to a dock, keyboard dock that Asus provides separately for this particular device. So it actually turns it into more of a netbook style device because of that. So that's why you see these tiny grooves or notches cut out here at the bottom. Over here on this side, you have the micro SD slot right here, and it does use just a standard micro SD card that supports up to 32 gigs. You have the mini HDMI input right here, or I guess output rather, and you have the headphone jack here. On top of the device, nothing at all. Now, the bezel on the outside of this actually has like a metallic feel to it. The coloring is what they call cappuccino, or actually, I'm sorry, espresso. Another, caffeinated beverage, but espresso. And so it's got this kind of, I would almost compare it to like a copper slash light brown color. And the one thing I'll also point out is that on each side of the device you have speakers. Speaker here and speaker here. This brings me to my first qualm with this device, my first problem with this device. When you're holding a tablet, if you're like me and like the majority of other people out there, you're going to actually position the tablet in your hands like so. You'll have, one hand on this side, another hand on this side. So in essence, what you're doing with this device is you're covering up the speaker grills. So that's going to muffle the sound. You have to kind of learn to use the device in a different manner, to hold it in a different manner, and to kind of keep your hands away from that, especially if you're gaming or whatnot, or just searching the web. It's not going to be a big deal because typically you don't need to worry about sound unless you're on YouTube or something like that. Also on this device you do have the 1.2 megapixel camera here for video chatting or whatever. Also takes pictures, but only 1.2 megapixels. And on the back of the device you have a 5 megapixel camera. Here's another issue with this device. And I'm saying there's issues, but these are just some small little tiny issues that I have with it. There's no flash with this, so if you're taking pictures in low visibility, low light, you're going to have issues because it's just not going to provide any brightness or any flash so that you can take in low light. Onto the front, like I said, this is actually a glass material. This is actually Gorilla Glass for the front. And let's just do some size comparisons really quick for you guys. What I have here is my HP tablet or HP touchpad, and this gives you an idea of the overall size of the device. And hopefully you guys can make it out. So as you can see, this device actually is really thin as far as overall thickness. It's a very thin device, and I would say that it could pretty much go head to head with any Android tablet or even with the iPad in terms of thickness. It's going to be a little bit thicker than the iPad, but when you compare it to most devices, it's actually going to be thinner. Like for instance here with the HP touchpad, this is actually much thinner than the HP touchpad. Maybe not much thinner, but definitely thinner than the HP touchpad. In terms of height, if you're going from the bottom of the screen to the top, as you can see here, or maybe not see, is actually a little bit shorter than the HP touchpad. Now, when it comes to length, however, it's definitely longer than the HP touchpad. It's definitely going to be longer than many of the other Android tablets on the market. So in terms of length, it's definitely a longer device. But I think that all that's kind of muted by the fact that this is a fairly light tablet. Because when I compare it here to the HP touchpad, the HP touchpad is definitely heavier. And, just by holding the two in opposite hands, I can definitely feel a difference in the weight when you're comparing it. Now, as I mentioned, I've had some time to actually play around with this tablet to, just experience what it has to offer. And I gotta say, I love it. This tablet here, it does have a 1 gigahertz Tegra 2 dual-core processor. So it's going to run really the high-end games that are out there on the market. Now, I know that the Tegra 3 processor is getting ready to come out, so they're going to be making games that are focused on that. However, if you're looking for any game that's on the market now, it's going to be able to run it. Games like Shadow Gun, which is really kind of the benchmark for Android games at this point. Using the device, swiping across it, it definitely responds well, and as you can see, the transitions really well. This is my first experience with Honeycomb itself, and you know, like I'm saying, this does offer Android 3.2 Honeycomb, or 3.0 and up, 3.1 and up. So this is running Android 3.2 Honeycomb, so out of the box you're getting, well, not out of the box, you might have to do an update, but you are able to get the latest build of Honeycomb. And from everything that I've heard, this will be supporting the soon-to-come ice cream sandwich Android operating system. So anyways, I gotta say that I really love this device. If you guys are looking for a tablet out there, well, not a tablet, but a pad out there for you know, just doing basic computing needs, playing games, searching the web, you know, going to different social websites, Facebook, Twitter, those types of things, and even running some you know, some different applications. This is going to do it. Any application that's out there on the market that's going to run for an Android tablet will run on this device and will run exceptionally well. It does have 16 gigabytes of built-in memory. It does have the SD card slot. However, with Honeycomb, unfortunately, you don't have the option of moving your applications and your different games over to the SD card. So right now the SD card is just kind of a it's a nice thing to have for movies and for videos and things like that, but it's not really fully functional. But this does retail for $399 for the 16 gigabyte, and I believe $449 for the 32 gigabyte. And with that ability to add on the keyboard dock, it's another nice feature. They do tout that this does provide 9.5 hours of battery life, and I have a tendency to believe them because so far I've experienced nothing but great things from the battery itself. But overall, if you guys are looking for a tablet and you're looking for a reasonably priced, I would say even high-end tablet, this is probably the best option out there on the market, at least in my opinion. Now, we do have some different devices like the Amazon, the Kindle Fire coming out soon, so we'll see how that device matches up to this one. And then obviously there's the Asus Transformer Prime that's going to be coming out here soon. But overall, for this holiday season, I would say definitely check out this tablet. For now, that's all that I have for you guys, but I will be bringing you some more information here soon on this device, give you a better review and a review of some of the applications and things like that.